videos we did yesterday, people just kind of asking questions similar to this. We're just making some videos on thoughts of some different things that were being asked, like the block size wars. What were some things that were gleaned from that? And the big things are, there are 3 equal participants. This is from my understanding, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm misstepping in somewhere, but again, to my understanding, there's 3 equal participants. And I think that that's one of the real big, huge revelations that people have now realized in the Bitcoin world and in the sound money time chain analysis of looking back of what has happened over the last 6 or 7 years since the block size wars. Which is, again, the Block Size Wars is a great book to go check out. I'll try to link it in here. But the miners, the nodes, so the miners, the ones spending the time and energy to bring to unlock the Bitcoin, to bring it into existence, and then the nodes running a full copy of the time chain, not the blockchain, the time chain, the time chain, right? TC and Ant, the nodes. They're the ones that really, through the block size wars, were the ones that said, no, we're not doing this. We are 3 equal participants here, but we are not going to accept this new change of the block size. We're not going to increase it above 4 megabytes per block. We're not doing that. This is not what's going to be happening. But to round this off really quick, the buyers, the hodlers, the producers, the people that are exchanging Bitcoin for their fiat or exchanging Bitcoin for their goods and services, this is the other part of the trifecta, the triangle. As we know in nature too, this is the strongest structure in nature, right? The pyramid, the triangle, this is the structure. So this is one of the beautiful things about this, and this is why these are it's so important to understand this, that the nodes are saying during that time, again, we will not run those rules. And I think that those are some of the big things that came out of this, at least from me, and maybe add anything that I'm missing or some big things that came out of it with you. But we're needing that symbiotic relationship. We need that relationship in order to understand what's actually happening. And the hodlers, they have an active role in this scenario by hodling and removing fiat from the system and saying, I'm getting rid of this fiat. And this is a massive one. There's always this debate of whether it's important to hodl, and is someone doing something by hodling? And I would argue there's nothing more important than buying Bitcoin than selling your fiat, and that's what we're doing at the end of the day. Anytime you're getting rid of your cash, your fiat, in order to get another asset, to get Bitcoin, whatever it might be, you are selling fiat and you are acquiring something else. Now, fiat, people that are in the fiat world, which is really all of us at the end of the day, in the natural, the world around us all operates within fiat. I don't know anyone really that generally saying, hey, I believe in fiat long term, therefore I'm going to sit here and hold and bet my life on it. No, most people, for the most part, I'm generalizing a bit, but for the most part, people are trying to get rid of their fiat and get it into assets. They're trying to buy stocks, real estate, cryptos, NFTs, JPEGs, Bitcoin, silver, gold. They believe so little in the fiat, which is the answer in and of itself. They believe so little that they are willing to get rid of it to acquire other things. Where Bitcoin, we know just inherently it must be valuable, it must be worth something, because it keeps accruing value. It went from 1 cent, now it's at $36,000 per Bitcoin. People keep seeing the need for it, and that's obviously extremely important because it keeps accruing the value, where fiat keeps losing the value. Shouldn't that tell us what we need to know, among many other things? With the block size wars, like I said, removing fiat from the system, the importance of that. The miners, understand that the miners don't control the game like many thought they did. They don't control the game. They don't control like people thought they did years ago, and saying, hey, you know what, if we can just pool some people together with some large bags, a lot of cash, currency, fiat, we can control this system. And the decentralization, I think, is really another big thing that obviously came about, just a realization that, you know what, this is a decentralized, truly a decentralized network, the hardest computer network to ever exist, because we have this trifecta. We have these 3 different points of the triangle that make up this ecosystem. So at the end of the day, like we said, the miners, doesn't matter. they can change things, right? Anyone has the open source code. They can do different things. People can come in and make their own version of it, whatever, but who's going to go then do that? Who's going to then go and rush into another coin? That's the problem. First mover advantage among many other things. But the nodes, again, the people running, for a few $100s, and again, correct me there, people can put in what they're running their nodes with, and maybe how much it costs to help people as well. But you can run an entire copy of the time chain, and I believe it's around 500 gigabytes right now. That's it. The average person can run the entire thing, audit themselves, and make sure their transactions are going through, and they don't have to accept what some entity above them or below them or next to them is doing. They get to control and vote and have consensus as to what they want to use. And again, pick up a copy of the Block Size Wars if you're into that. But this is something, again, that a question keeps coming up. People keep asking these things, and it's nice to see sometimes a visual of, okay, what are the players in the chessboard? And I'm gonna have another video soon actually about the political chessboard, and something that confused me for a long time, and just really recently, in the last few years, really in the last 4 or 5 years, becoming a true Bitcoiner and understanding it and removing myself, was I able to see the whole chessboard. So another video for another day. But the buyers, the hodlers, the producers, the people that are, consumers, producers, the people actually doing things in society and exchanging goods and services, selling their fiat or exchanging their goods and services for Bitcoin, really probably some of the most important people, because if they're not doing that, then nothing's really going on here. There's no point to have this, right? So if people see the need for it and they're exchanging, say, hey, I'm only going to sell my fiat for Bitcoin, or I'm only going to work and provide a good or service for Bitcoin, this is where everything comes into play. And this is a system, the incrementalism to accelerationism of building a new system. The hodlers are really the ones that are building that system, and part of that peaceful revolution, building the new system by saying, no, I am putting my stake in the ground, putting my flag in the ground, that I want to be a part of a system that is fair and just and gives property rights, wealth, liberty to 8 billion people. There's nothing more free and fair and courageous than taking that stand and being a holder, getting some amount of Bitcoin, and then putting it into cold storage and self-custodying it and saying, I want to be a part of the change. I do not agree with this system that we didn't vote in, people didn't vote in, the Federal Reserve Act, fractional reserve, all these different things that come about, much of it to the dismay of the average person, and much of it in bureaucracy and not voted in behind closed doors. This is the true vote. The true vote, the nodes, the true vote, the people voting every single day for this is the system that we want. I've never seen anything like that before. Again, if you've seen something else like it, please let me know. I've never seen a system where you can vote every single day with your wallet, with your feet, with your voice, and saying, hey, this is what I want. Voting with your voice by saying, hey, I'm buying Bitcoin, I'm holding Bitcoin. And voting in different ways, because remember, you can vote with traditionally the ammo box or the ballot box, but now we have many options. We can vote. You definitely don't want to be voting with the ammo box, but in my opinion, we can talk all we want about the ballot box, but you have your voice, you have your wallet, you have your feet. Those are other ways we can vote, and other ways we must vote. Things like the FinCEN bill, things coming here. So let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about this and what you learned from the Block Size Wars. These are some of the things that I learned about, and I just want to make a quick one and make a few quick videos here in the coming days about some of the questions that are stemmed off of the other one, the video that we posted yesterday on Monday the 13th, where we talked about what will happen in the future when we don't have dollars anymore. How will Bitcoin come into existence? What will happen? Will people be, I've been getting a lot of questions from the older crowd saying, hey, well, what do you do? Like if dollars don't exist, how am I going to buy Bitcoin anymore? So go check that one out. Had a lot of people commenting on it, and then some of the questions that stemmed off of that. So let me know what you think about this, what your thoughts and your realizations were really from the last 6 years, and how this structure is set up. And if I missed something here, trust but verify, question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. And this is not financial advice, it is freedom advice. We'll see you on the next one.